I'll show you how to draw male facial features in anime, use references effectively, and design faces for your own original characters in different styles. I'll be drawing a semi-realistic, stylized, and super stylized face, exaggerate references of real people, and you'll be able to draw unique faces in any anime style you want. The biggest defining feature that distinguishes male faces from female faces really is the jaw shape. You can see Goku, probably one of the most popular anime guys like in the world, most recognizable, and in this case Goku is super stylized. And even in super stylized, where most realistic features get drowned out, the defining trait is the sharp turn, but it's often considered a masculine trait. You know, it's not exclusive, but it's definitely a defining trait. On here, you can definitely see that it's the change of angle that matters the most. You know, how abrupt it changes. Gojo's chin is pretty chiseled, right? It's very abrupt in change. With Navara, you can see much more curved, much more smooth transition compared to the more sharp turn. You could see that in older men, the face is more elongated compared to younger faces where it's more squished. So that's why anime characters tend to look really young, because their faces are kind of like smushed, you know? So over time, as people grow, this is true of both men and women, it gets longer and shapes become much more defined. That's like an easy way to really define the age of your character. So right now I'm kind of just copying the shape of his head. And again, it's always best to draw the whole head first for anything else, before you start working on like the face, the eyes. It's good to work on the big shapes. And again, I won't completely copy him. I'll just really copy the angle and like his face shape. I'm dividing it in half. This time it's directly in the middle because he's facing forward. I usually like to draw the nose. For anime, noses aren't really that defined, even with super stylized, but you know, we could imply it with shapes. And I like to draw the nose first because it's directly in the middle, so it's a nice easy way to keep your drawing equal. So I'm trying my best because you see this middle line? I'm pretty much gauging the distance, you know, like this is what I see. Like, okay, there's a little bit of distance like that, and like that in between, so it's more or less right. And then with this one, I'm gonna complete it. So I can see this is the edge, you know, and then this is the edge. So that's how drawing the midline can be helpful. And then the lips, I want to change his expression. Yeah, I'm going for this sort of expression. Nah, I'd win. Draw both of them at the same time and see if they adjust well. So if I were to like draw a line like this, I could see that they're more or less like touching the same points. I'm good with that. I could see that they're like the same spot because remember how I divided it in half? You could sort of see there and right there. It's more or less the same eye shape. So now you're gonna measure the distance between there and there. You can see that it's a little bit far. Like this is shorter, this is longer, so I might have to make this a touch longer. So just to reiterate what I said in the anime girl face video, it's more important to see what works for you, because technically all those guidelines that you see online, technically they're right. If you could make it work for you, then that's great. I don't want you guys to blindly follow it. I want you guys to understand why it works. It looks exactly like the Roblox smirk. But I will say, the Roblox smirk is the pinnacle of masculinity. I mean, look at that. So you can see that I'm not trying to get every single detail on there, just the important parts to really define the shape. For semi-realistic, this is like the perfect blend. Just add, the features that stand out. Now we're doing the semi-realistic version first, because again, it's the closest to realism, pretty much, without it being too far away from the anime style. Using photo reference is always the best. It gives you all of the information that you would need to draw a head. Take a look-see at the photo, and there you can see that his jaw is more defined, more chiseled. The way I'm using the reference, right? I'm just using it to keep track of the features. I'm not completely copying it, you don't have to. I'm just using it as a guide, because that's what references should be. The way I like to draw my ears is the top of the ear lines up with the eyebrows. The earlobe lines up with the tip of the nose. Now to come up with a hairstyle. Remember, when you're planning out a hairstyle, in my head, I have the bangs, and then the rest of the hair, like that. So you can see this is bigger than the skull. I wouldn't draw the hair like this, like directly on the skull. So obviously hair grows up and then outwards like that, right? Look at this baby hairstyle. But that's how hair grows. Grows upwards, and then it gets heavy enough to go downwards. Make a separate layer for the hairstyle. I want to give him like semi-long hair. Really frame his face. So I guess on the topic of hair, this is why I like to draw the face first, even if you don't see it, because the hair should frame the face. Yeah, because honestly, this is the fun part. The hair, it should never get in the way of the face, basically. They should complement each other. Even anime hairstyles, where it does cover the face, it does so in a way that is like intentional, very stylish. So try to be intentional with the way you do stuff. Then I'll add some skin color, and then color up his hair. I want something kind of like blue. Adding some shadows. Let me know if you guys want an in-depth video on how to make anime hairstyles, because I'm kind of just going to glance over it for this one. Want to make his hair glow on the underside, so maybe I'll do that just to make him look cool. For the line art, I'll make it a touch more red. This is good. And then I'll add some shadows. So I'm using multiply. Yeah, so notice, actually, with like the shading, you see how there's like a curve like that? Like you can sort of see it. I'm exaggerating right now. Like obviously it's not gonna be like that, but that's because on the side, the chin is kind of jutting out. So it has like that little bump that's like going forward. So that's why you can see it through the shadowing. Eyelashes, they could be as long or as short as you want them, there's no limit to that either. Dark darken his eyebrows, darken some of the nostrils, and his lips as well. Yeah, in the reference, the lighting is a little bit more intense, you know, a little bit more high contrast in the shadows. So for me, I really wanted to showcase the full face. That's why the lighting is fairly more neutral compared to the reference. Remember to save zooming in for last. Yeah, look at that, he looks sick. That's my first design. I always like to go with the semi-realistic one because you really learn a lot when you do the semi-realistic one first. You know, you get to learn the rules because you're trying to keep it more grounded in reality, because reality is kind of like the rules, and then learning how to bend the rules is part of making an effective stylized character. I got this guy, he's more in a 3/4 view, so I'll still copy like the face angle that he has. And just like how we talked about earlier, I'm really gonna define this jawline. Always make sure to get the big shape right. Don't be impatient. And again, just like with last time, but with the anime girl video, with stylized, you start to lose some of the more realistic traits. I'll give him like a soft smile. And an easy way to really make someone smile is just change the tip of the lips right here. The angle of this really changes a lot. So if it's like this, much more sad, I guess. So even just like a slight one, you know, he feels more like the cool uncle. Cool uncle in anime. Yeah, so I have a tip actually for when you're drawing the face, but try to imagine a cube. The front face is just like that, and then the side is just like this. So it's one of those things that get lost in translation. You'll get it in time, you know, as long as you remember the faces of your faces. And again, with stylized, the eyes can be a lot bigger this time. So that eye trick that I talked about earlier with the semi-realistic style drawing, Jessie also talks about it in her video, so yeah, if you want more details on that, so go check that out. His eyes are a touch bigger. That is one of the more defining traits of anime. Bigger eyes, less defined facial features, really. Because I'm gonna give him a beard too. Don't let people stop you from adding wrinkles to your anime characters. Like, add them minimally so that they don't become too realistic. But with older anime characters, you know, it really adds a lot. You do add wrinkles. So yeah, you can see that for sketching as well, you don't have to be limited to just line art. You could definitely just block it out with shapes like this. Videos like these wouldn't be possible without our awesome patrons and YouTube members who help our mission of making arts education free and accessible for everyone. Become a member today and unlock cool perks like exclusive chats with our creators, access to class recordings, and critiques from instructors. Let's see, I want to put them side by side. So far, look at these handsome lads. Look at this guy. Okay, now it's time to color. I'm gonna darken his hair a little bit, underside. Yeah, red is definitely a good color. Yay! Yippee! So now for the face. Yeah, and I always make sure that when I put my multiply layer through or to a folder, I always turn the folder into a through. So if I go through here, there, you can see through. This lets you, this lets the multiply layer affect layers outside of the folder. Because if it's just normal, it only affects the stuff inside the folder. But if you put it through, it affects every single one. So you can sort of see it turning a touch darker. And a nice color combo that I always like is red and green. So maybe I'll give him nice green eyes. Another multiply layer and some shadows on there. And the way I'm shading it, it's following the shape of his face, the contours. Yeah, you can sort of see how angled it is, right? So it's like bloop, bloop, bloop. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so the reason why I make it dark up here is because of the eyelids, like the eyelids are up there. So it makes it feel more 3D. And last but not least, I'll touch up the hair and the beard. So I'll add some nice shadows to really define it. When you're drawing hair, or a beard specifically, you're drawing a beard, you still have to draw the underside of the face. So just because they have a beard, it doesn't mean you can skip it. It's actually more important that you know what the chin is shaped like. You could design an effective beard. Super stylized, so think of Goku. Goku's probably most stylized because it's not close to like a human skull at all, right? Like he has big eyes, his nose is pretty small. So let's design something like that. Maybe I take it back. Maybe we'll give him like the craziest hair. He is the most stylized after all. I'll use his features. So again, just like how we talked about in Anime Girl face video and the part earlier for the cube, I'm trying to picture the head as like a 3D object. So even though Super-Stylized is the one that has the most rules broken, it still needs that perspective. What's it called? More sharp. He has like a sharp expression. Yeah, notice how his eyes are on an angle. So in that case, when I draw the eyes, it'll be slanted. Then, probably gonna have the biggest eyes out of all the characters that we've drawn so far. And And then his eyebrow shape's pretty, on the reference I mean, pretty thicker on the end, so maybe I'll exaggerate that. His ears are also pretty unique, so I'll exaggerate it too. I'll do like kinda big bangs like this. The craziest hairstyle. It kinda reminds me of like the old anime styles like Beyblade or Yu-Gi-Oh hair. So that's what I'm going for. So the way I see it when I design my hairstyle is this is the bangs, so it's framing the face, and this is kind of going backward, you know, kind of like that nice shape. I'm still picturing that cube in my head, like that. So this one is going backwards, this one's going like there, and then side, like back. That's like the best way I could describe it for now. There, I'll add some shadows. So now, I'm finally gonna color. Let's go. Yippee! And again, when it comes to shading super stylized anime like this one, the faces tend to not have that much shading. Not too much of form shadows, because too much shadows can make it too uncanny, too realistic. So it's a fine balance. Time to experiment. Let's see with white. Let me go to edit and then use saturation. Most of the time it is the hair that people will remember your character by. Now we have our crazy stylized anime hair. Teal is nice, yeah. Makes them look so edgy, so anime. Join a virtual art class to learn live from our professional artists. Get creative assignments, individual guidance, and real-time feedback on your artwork. Start today and level up your practice. If you learned something new, please like and share this video with a fellow art nerd. If you love receiving quality and free arts education, subscribe. Here's a couple other videos you could check out next.